I feel a little like Art Collins with my beer and my cheers. Before I start with my poetry, I actually want to just say a couple of things. One, there are two women in this room that I feel so honored to be put in the same on the same stage in the same month for Women's History Month with, and that would be Cole Rodriguez and Miael I am so honored to be even like anywhere in the same realm as them because they are awesome.
Word. We love your shoes.
Thank you. Yes, it's all about the shoes. It's all about the
Got the shoes.
It's gotta be the shoes,
please.
right?
We don't want to hear that.
And then I'm gonna put something in your heads. I'd say a couple of things. For 42 years, I was silenced about things that happened to me because society and people said that, we shouldn't talk about those things. And believe it or not, I'm gonna be 53 in July. And I remember banned books. And I remember people being told, poets even, that they couldn't say certain things and they weren't supposed to talk, and people tried to get them to be quiet. And I just want to put a few things in your head, a few books that were actually and are still on the banned and challenged book list. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger. The Grapes of Wrath, John Steinbeck. The Color Purple, Alice Walker. Beloved, Toni Morrison. Gone with the Wind, Margaret Mitchell. The Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien. And then some other people on the list, and I'm not going to mention their books, but just their names because you've heard them. D.H. Lawrence, Kurt Vonnegut, Truman Capote, James Baldwin, Ernest Hemingway, and George Orwell. Now, I know for me, a lot of these authors and these books made a difference in my life. They made me want to be the writer and the poet that I am today. And if they were allowed to be silenced, a lot of us in this room wouldn't be doing what we do.
Amen, baby.
So, the next time any of you think you may want to silence someone from saying something, whether you agree with it or not, think twice. Because as soon as you put that out there and try to censor other people, you also open the door to be censored yourself. So please, think about it. Thank you.
Word.
Yeah.
Better work.
Two requests from the same call.
And a couple of people there, Marlon Carey, made me feel like I should do this poem. So I'm just going to get it out of the way, okay?
Yeah.
And it's called Members Only.
Yeah.
My vagina is a members-only country club with other amenities at the discretion of the club owner, which would be me. Unlike the jacket some still wear, I reserve the right to rid myself of you without prior notice. You must pass the membership screening and dues must be paid in full before entering any area of the club. Terms of the membership may be changed at any time. I am the CEO, Board of Directors, Treasurer, and Groundskeeper too. I landscape as I see fit. Your opinion regarding the length of my grass or the shape of my shrub does not matter. Be prepared to stay fully dressed, even in the middle of July, if I ask you to do so. Entry to the main pool requires a rubber cap. I will make exceptions to the cap rule at my discretion only for certain activities. You may only be allowed initial access to the perimeter of the club grounds until I am comfortable with your ability to swim. I do enjoy a nice stiff drink on occasion. Actually, I like pulling the lever that releases the tasty beverages. I prefer pina colada as well, because they are creamy. The only beer I drink will come from a glass. So the only beer I drink will come from a bottle, so don't even go there. Do not try to force me to pull any lever or partake in any activity that I am not interested in. I will not hesitate to break things. I do bite when I get angry, so back off if I say so. The tennis court is open for singles play only. Balls do not necessarily need to be new, but must be clean. You are not applying for a servant position, so there will be no backdoor entry. I like to drive, so trips around the club will be led by me. Remember, you will always be the passenger. The pool hours are flexible, as is entrance to all area of the club property. I do reserve the right to close during certain times of the year. I may decide to go on an extended vacation that requires complete rest. I may also decide that I want to play every day, several times a day. I hope you've taken your vitamins. Whew, it's warm in here. If you follow all the club rules, you may be treated with respect and may be given extra club privileges. If you know of any other members, and I mean this, if you know of any other members, your specific privileges should not be discussed. Every membership is different. You will be happy to know that if this were a cruise ship and I were the captain, I'd be able to tell you I run a very tight ship. Hopefully you do not mind tight spaces. It does make for a more enjoyable voyage when things are held tightly in place. The club does provide supplies of limited varieties. You are welcome to bring your own. Thank you for your application. Please note, some members are pre-approved due to prior membership. I do have applications, so if anyone in the room wants to apply, feel free. And by the way, I know this isn't a slam, but sometimes when I slam, people insinuate that my boobs are props, but I can tell you, they're not props. They're real. They really are. They're real.
Really?
They're real. My boobs are real. Okay. Anyway, so I decided that tonight I was gonna change it up a little bit. 5 years ago, my life kind of was crazy and falling apart, and I started writing a lot, and I wrote a lot of love poetry. Not sex poetry, but just love poetry. So I wanted to share some of that with you. I went back and edited some of it, and I hope you like it. This one is called I Cried a Tear. Today, I cried a tear for the sadness in your heart. I cried a tear for the loneliness you feel. I cried a tear for the days you have felt unloved. I cried a tear for the hurtful words spoken to me. I cried a tear for the sorrow and the pain. I cried a tear for the nights you spend alone. I cried a tear for the joys you cannot share. I cried a tear for your smiles not returned. I cried a tear for the gentle touches unreciprocated. I cried a tear for your kind acts gone unnoticed. I cried a tear for your kisses you are missing. I cried a tear for the hugs you do not receive. I cried a tear for the bed you do not share. I cried a tear for the tears you have shed. I cried a tear for you.
Yes.
I need to also do this. There's been a young lady on my mind for the past few days.
Your phone.
And I wrote this poem for her. Unfortunately, most of you in this room don't know her and won't ever know her. But you'll know her through this poem a little bit, I hope. Her name was Morgan Penn, and this is from Morgan.
Your phone.
Beautiful brown-skinned girl with the crescent moon smile, dumpling cheeks, divinely deep dimples, brilliant mind, a treasure trove of words. Nubian princess, your crown of untreated locks, a statement of confidence in self. Shoulders back, head held high, proud to be you. Wide-eyed, starlight gaze girl. Personality bright as Orion's belt. Dark rooms would shine when you entered. Strong-willed, soft spirit girl. Heart nestled in chest like a red pearl. Hidden in a tough shell. You left like a shooting star. Falling into eternity, we will never forget you. So, there are two other people you'll never know, what I knew, and they're with me all the time. And those are my parents. And they encouraged me to be the artist that I am. My dad was an amazing artist, and I was in many genres. He was a painter, he was a writer, he was a musician. He was amazing. And unfortunately, they both left this earth way too young. And I wrote this poem for them. It's called The Old White Birch Tree. The old white birch tree where my parents stood on that warm June day back in 1961, with the sun shining as bright as their smiles, still stands. Larger limbs like arms, smaller branches like hands reaching out for someone to hold. On this day, I sit here. It is cold. The branches are bare, waiting for buds to sprout as birds sing and shout for winter to end and spring to begin. I can imagine the warm wind that was blowing that day my parents got married. My father carried his bride over the threshold, and a love story like no other would unfold. Through many cycles and seasons, there were so many reasons their love could have ended. But like branches that bend in a storm, some can hold on while others fall worn and tattered. But they would not let life's trials shatter their dreams. Like a well-sown seed, nothing would tear them apart, except the lung cancer that eventually took my mother's life. Stopped her heart and set my father to his knees, begging God to please let her stay a little longer. But God said no. On that January day, with that old white birch tree covered with snow, my mother went to be with her heavenly Father. It didn't seem to bother her to say goodbye as years passed and that old white birch tree aged. My father would wage many wars against diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. He listened listened when God spoke and told him it was his time. 13 years and 9 days after he said goodbye to his bride, my father died and went to join him. This old white birch tree is a reminder to me that, like my parents' love, there is beauty in life, no matter the season. Some branches break and some bend. We may never know the reason that why some love lives on, but all lives will end, except maybe this old white birch tree.
I'm always up in your shit.
Okay. So, when I was married for 22 and a half years, my husband and I had lunch every day. Every single day. And in the summertime, when we would have lunch, we'd sit in the backyard, hoping that neighbors weren't watching. And we'd have, whatever. And I used to especially like to give him massages. So I wrote this poem about one of our lunches. It's called Arrivederci. Until we meet again. Rubbing body gently. Feeling inhale, exhale. Rhythmic motion of chest dancing slowly with each touch. Eyes closed, mouth slightly open, peaceful face. Heart skips beats. I make you feel good. Body leaning softly against yours. Breathing causes breast to gently pulsate against you. Hands move a long length of your back to your perfectly round bottom. Slowly back up, massaging head and temples. Feel tension release from body hypnotic state, totally relaxed, enjoying the climate. Physical pleasure of caressing, loving, soft hands. Smell of lavender lotion enhances relaxation. Touches help you escape. I'm slightly aroused, tingling, excitement, closeness, distracts thoughts, refocus, the task at hand, deep breath, time together over for now. One last gentle rub, hug, kiss, goodbye, until we meet again. Arrivederci, mi amore.
All right now, Pat. Easy, girlfriend.
All right, Marks, I'll go easy. Hey, you know what? I want to give a shout out to my guys, Brothers Keeper. Lawrence Rose.
Thank you.
And Robin Carey. And Chris Cruz could not be here because he's with his son today. And of course, our comments.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do this. It's called That's the Spot. Do that again. No, not that. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah. That thing you do with your, yeah. Just like that. Yeah. Don't stop. I'm gonna, oh my God. This feels so good. Oh, please don't. Yes, there, over, a little more, right, yeah, up, down, down. Oh, yes, 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 harder, yes, that's it, faster, yes, a little faster. No, it doesn't hurt. It feels so good. Oh my God, that's the spot, right there. Don't move. You're so good. Thank you for scratching my back.
Well played. Oh, shit.
Do it. Marlon, easy. Easy.
Oh my God. Okay. So this one is called Liquid Brown Sugar Tears. Your eyes cry tears of liquid brown sugar. Lovable spirit releases sweetness even in sorrow. Heart knows tomorrow will be a brighter day. Lips find cheeks, tongue sneaks a taste. Why waste that which is coming from your soul? My mouth, the bowl, capturing this river you deliver from within. Love wins, you begin to let compassion in. Warm caresses, gentle touches guide us to places, bring smiles to our faces. Long embraces heal and erase bitterness that brought these tears to your face. Nourished by your taste, it is not a waste of time to decline intimate desires. Fires burn, we yearn, take the next step. I am wet with passion. Thoughts of everlasting love rise above. We agree to wait. See where this will lead without sexing, possibly infecting the future. Should more tears flow as we go through this journey, I will certainly be here. Companion, friend. In the end, liquid brown sugar tears wash away fears. Crystallize our relationship into a gem to mend our broken hearts. So, after my jackass ex-husband decided to leave me for a skank bitch whore.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's what she is. I really think she's a skank bitch whore, Tom. Anyway, and she's lovely, man. I said to him, I said, you know something? If you were buying a new car, you would at least get something, equivalent or upgrade, right? You definitely fucking downgraded, boy. Like, are you stupid? Like, whatever. His loss. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, I kind of reconnected with a friend. We had been friends for 34 years. And I wrote this poem for him. And it's called I Think About You Day and Night. I think about you day and night. First thought in the morning, last thought in evening. So many thoughts in between. I close my eyes, see your smile, hope you had a reason to show it. I hope that reason was me. Many years I've called you friend, now I feel this reconnection could be leading to more. I'm excited but afraid, I am sure but I am unsure. I want to get in my car, drive to be with you. I want to look into those smiling eyes and try to see your soul. Reach out, touch your face, lean into you, hold you close, feel your breath as you say my name. Taste our lips touch, Guide your hands through my hair. Feel your heart beat next to mine. Sit in silence. Enjoy the quiet of your being. No words, a look, a touch that will be read and understood like a well-written book. Feel each other's thoughts as if we could see the words forming in our minds. Taste salted tears cascading cheeks. I cry with joy of knowing someone is loving me unconditionally. With the only exception being of loving you unconditionally too. I walk back to my car, drive away believing that even if this was the only time we will share like this, it will be in our hearts forever. We will each know it was pure, real. Maybe this won't be every day for a lifetime, but stolen moments, once or twice a year, and know that those moments belong to us and no one else. So I used to be fluent in Italian. Fortunately, my grandmother and my great-grandmother are no longer around, and all of my friends that spoke Italian are kind of off. So, but I've been trying to translate some of my poetry. So this is one that I translated. It's called Oggi ho pensato a te. Oggi ho pensato a te e il mio cuore salto un battito. Oggi ho pensato a te e il freddo trasforma in calore. Oggi ho pensato a te e le tenebre si voltano verso la luce. Oggi ho pensato a te dalla mattina alla sera. Oggi ho pensato a te e il domani condivideremo. Oggi ho pensato a te e capito perché non ho paura. Oggi ho pensato a te e mi sono ricordato perché lo ti amo oggi e di tutti i giorni fino al giorno della mia morte. Now, in English. Today I thought of you. Today I thought of you and my heart skipped a beat. Today I thought of you and cold transformed to heat. Today I thought of you and darkness turned to light. Today I thought of you from morning until night. Today I thought of you and the tomorrows we will share. Today I thought of you and